We hit pause there. Music is now done. We are live. Hello again, everybody.
Hey.
Or as Droopy might say, hello all you. I miss cartoons like that. Not the depression, just the old school cartoons. So we are back, finally, for the second game in June, with on the tails of a hell of a wrap-up from the last game. So we have much to discuss, it seems. Lots of things going on. I will say that there has been a letter sent specifically to the home of Sophie and Colin, as well as the Joint Haven. It's an invitation to join the Giovanni for the evening. And the location is actually the Willow House. It is an artsy bar that sits on the art district in Ashland. Typically, it's used primarily by the students at the college. Tends to kind of have that fare about it. But it's a bar that actually hosts art pieces, usually local pieces from local artists. So they'll have pictures and they'll have sculptures and whatnot, anything that they may have put together. So with that being said, it is set for 8 p.m. tonight.
Okay.
So by the time everybody starts waking up at the Joint Haven, Jeeves has took it upon himself because he assumed that Remus would probably want him to do this and notify everybody of the letter, not just Remus. But he kind of spread word as everybody was starting to rise or getting up that a letter from the Giovanni has come to meet at the Willow House.
And is it like the night after last game, or has time passed?
Yes, it is
Okay.
the night after.
And we know Henry's gone
And yes.
at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When did the whole Damaris Sophie meeting happen? Was it the same night as the werewolf fight, or?
Probably yes.
Okay. Just so I can establish sort of a timeline. So this is literally the morning after. Sophie and I had that conversation probably sometime during the night before we slept, I'm guessing. Okay.
Correct. You actually, as of this point, you just quote unquote got off the phone with your sire.
Okay. So I've been up before, probably a couple others then.
Correct, yes.
Okay. Okay. So she'll tap the fridge for a point or two.
That has not been refilled yet.
Oh, so she's hitting it. It's like no ice is coming out.
Yep,
Dang
exactly. It makes the noise like it's trying to dispense, but it doesn't actually pump anything out.
I'll have to get Sophie to fix that. Or Remus.
While I was indisposed, did Benedict get any blood? Because I was pretty low. Like how thirsty am I when I wake up?
You're full.
Okay.
He's selfish like that. He's going to make sure he's taken care of.
Wasn't me.
Man, no, I just wanted to double check because if not, like I was gonna wake up and be like ravenous because I had like 5-6 blood left.
Oh yeah. No, you are good.
Okay.
I, however, would be very, very hungry, so I would probably be trying to ignore people and going out to get full.
Oh, just going on a hunt?
Yeah.
You know, the Willow House does have a bar for us also.
I stop and go,
Just FYI.
do they have a lot?
Yeah, is this the kind of place you want to arrive hungry, or?
That's a better question. The answer is no. Be back in a bit.
That's true.
Well,
That is a better question.
we'll just assume, given the priority or the urgency of it, Sophie at this point has already made her way to the Joint Haven to figure out what everybody's going to do. just for brevity's sake, because that would make sense given the events of what's happened.
Right. That's fair.
So at this point, Benjamin steps out. He's going to go do his thing. And within maybe 5 minutes of him stepping out, there's pounding on the door.
I go and look through first.
It's Robert.
Okay, she'll open the door.
He's got like the sweats.
Robert,
Hey,
What's up?
So I don't know if all of you know, but for some reason Henry went to Portland.
the fuck he did? Why? Wait, I already knew this, huh?
Yes, yeah, you already knew this at this point.
Sorry. Okay. Oh, how long does he plan on staying there, and why is he there?
I just got a call that I forward the information over to Sophie, but I don't know. He's
Right,
supposed to be on his way back.
He's with. Okay, sorry guys. Sophie. I need to fill you in on some information.
Wait, are they at the Haven still? Or are they at the club now?
No, everybody's at the Haven, the Joint Haven at this point.
Wait, did I go over there?
You were at the Joint Haven, yes.
Okay. Sorry, I thought that I went straight to the club.
Nope, you're fine.
Okay.
We should probably wait for Ben to get back. But yeah, Sophie, Henry went off with Ekaterina.
I know.
And with her pack. And apparently he didn't get along, I'm guessing, with them, and so now he's on his way back, which unfortunately is bad for us.
It's bad for us?
Yes.
He's coming back?
Henry is an independent. And to be invited to go along with a pack of the Sabbat and then basically insult them by returning to an anarch city to hide is bad for us. He offended the Archbishop of the Sabbat. That's bad.
Isn't she supposed to stay out of town? Wasn't that like our whole agreement with her, or just?
She was supposed to leave Ashland alone. So, I mean, she's Sabbat. I mean, hate to say this even about, because that's where I came from, basically. Some of them just really don't keep their word.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, by the way,
Not like her
Remus, does Remus, do you know that, I'm sorry, Adhikar, did you know that she's Sabbat with the video? I don't know what happened with that.
Nobody
Nope.
got a chance to look into that.
Oh, okay.
Because you got that, like, that ended up getting delivered, and then you guys went to go deal with the missing childer.
Okay, so just so you know, Remus,
Right.
Ben, huh?
The video.
Yeah, remember, Ben
I'm
isn't
pretty
here
sure
just
it's
yet.
of
He
me.
stepped out to go try and find somebody to eat.
Right. I'm sure the video is of me or of people talking about me in some form, probably, I don't know, a while ago. I don't know. But I am Sabbat.
I thought you were supposed to be. I thought everybody in the city was supposed to be anarch, like independent. No.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
So, w- so
Don't worry,
what does this
I'm
mean
not gonna
then?
get after you. Okay, so this just means that I wasn't here on any Sabbat business. I was here on clan business. This is what you should know. I just happened to be Sabbat.
So, but if you're Sabat, like, so then how does this play in with what if Ekaterina is yeah, if she's Sabat and she's running around and like what did she even want? I guess she wanted Henri to join.
I'm guessing so. I mean, to tempt someone like him to that side, I mean, I feel like it's something that's up his alley. Um, but look, I mean, I'm telling you this because you already have, I'm sure, video surveillance of people talking about me. Idiot fucking other Sabat. Ugh, shovelheads, whatever. So this is just a big old clusterfuck. I had nothing to do with Ekaterina and her plans or whatever her shtick was. Unfortunately, though, it does put me in the middle of this because I am here for my clan as my primary, and secondary is my faction. And unfortunately, both of those are conflicting with each other right now. So I'm at a point where I don't know what to do.
Where does Adam fit in on this? Is he Sabat too,
No,
or is
he's
he
not.
still?
He is Adam. He is his own faction. That's the only way I can describe that. He doesn't care if you're Sabbat, Cam, or Anarch. If he doesn't like you and you're pissing in his territory, you're going to get ripped up. And unfortunately, the Sabbat are very anti-elder, and it's kind of known that he's here, but it's not well known. And if the Sabbat come in and they know he's here, he's just going to look like food to them, an elder to be eaten. This is not what we want.
Yeah, he's kind of our trump card.
Yeah, but
We kind of need him to be alive.
mhm. So, but we have to, like, I haven't made a decision yet as to what's best for me and for my clan and all that. I told you before, Sophie, this is a decision that I'm not going to come to lightly. So, for the moment, I need to help figure out how to get her off of your guys' back.
Not gonna say no to that.
So, Henry coming back here is going to be a problem. I can tell you that. He will need to be made an example of somehow. And I'm just telling you this because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're just pretty much going to get an invasion from Portland at this point, because now you've got an independent in the city and you potentially have a Sabbat member that's staying in a city of anarchs who may switch sides. Can you understand how that looks?
What kind of example? What is
So Benjamin
What-
walks back in at about this point. You didn't pick
Hey,
up
everybody.
everything, but there seems to be a pretty heavy debate, and Remus has like normally he's a little confused, especially with the stuff. You've kind of grown used to the fact that he doesn't know if he's coming or going sometimes with the whole Benedict thing. He has kind of a complete look of confusion at this point, like, did I just hear that right, sort of thing.
And
Hey, everybody. Something weird going on?
um yeah, don't freak out, but you're going to know anyway at some point. I'm Sabbat. Don't worry. This me being here had nothing to do with
Great joke.
Ekaterina and the issues.
You had me. You had me. That was good. That was good.
I just look at him with this sort of feral look because she's not on humanity at all. She's on path 3 of honorable accord. She looks. She's looking at you, deadpan.
Huh. Okay.
All right,
Look.
let's skip over that part for now. And
You don't have anything to fear from me. Look, I have been in the city long enough, and I feel like I've proven myself and protected the city long enough that you shouldn't have any reason to fear me.
Oh, it's not fear. But why would you be
You're frozen.
here then?
It was for clan. I had to take care of my clan first. It's rare, especially in the Sabbat, to put clan over faction, but I happen to be part of that type. So me being here had nothing to do with my faction.
Okay, great. You're still Sabbat.
Yep.
Why?
That is a good question.
Why am I Sabbat?
Where are you still Sabbat? You have a mind. You can choose to leave a pack of psychopathic monsters. You still call yourself Sabbat?
Right now, yes. But you have to also understand that I have been in here a while, and I am seriously considering changing. Like, I've come to
Appreciate free will.
appreciate a few things, if you will. Yes. But I also have built sort of a life here at this point. I have a child now here, which to me is more important. Things have changed for me. I never intended to stay here, but here I am. And right now, my goal is to help you at least get Ekaterina off your guys' back.
Who's the Katerina?
She's this
Archbishop of the Sabbat.
psycho.
Uh,
Yeah, she's a psycho who sent us to Las Vegas, or else she was going to flood more of our streets with drugs. And rather than just killing her, we decided to go and deal with the Camarilla in Las Vegas.
Which unfortunately
She's
left
a-
it open for her to take it over. And to be fair, at the time that we had made that agreement, I didn't know that she had committed herself to the Sabbat fully at that time. I thought she was independent as well, or in between. I know she didn't like Camarilla. I knew she wasn't Anarch, but I didn't know she was Sabbat, full Sabbat.
How do we know you're not just an agent of theirs?
Because I'm still here and I'm literally telling you all of this. I
Could be
mean,
a
I
part of
don't
their
know what
plan.
proof you want. No, part of
no,
the plan could have I could have probably taken over baronship of this place and it really been Sabbat. That could have happened, and you guys would not have known.
I'm just gonna read her aura.
Sure.
Go for it. I'll relent.
Just to put
Well,
people
you can't really relent to it.
I know, but I'm like,
Right.
if that was a thing, I'd
Yeah,
do it.
4 successes.
4 successes.
100%.
Yeah,
truth.
she's not. I won't say relaxed in what it is she's saying. It's clearly a big deal. But every time she brings up the fact that she is Sabbat, she's truthful. You're getting that impression, and that she's conflicted over that is also very truthful. To the point of, well, let's just say there's more truth to the confliction than there is to being Sabbat.
She's being honest.
Oh, and she still has black veins.
Surprise there.
But you already knew that. You were there for
I mean,
that.
how long does that last?
Actually, shouldn't that only be a year?
No, black veins can
Like a
still
year
last
and
a
a day
while.
or something?
Black Fangs
Okay.
can still last a while. It all depends.
Hmm.
Especially if you eat more than one person.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Um,
I slipped and my fangs went into
I
them.
know, it's just,
yeah.
whoops.
I hate it when that happens.
Funny, you don't taste like Salubri.
Yeah. That was one of them.
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
So
Um,
Robert just kind of raises his hand up because he doesn't really. He looks completely
Oh,
lost
sorry,
at this
Robert.
point,
I forgot he was here.
I forgot you were here too.
which is why he raised his hand. And he's just like,
Back.
I heard that there was supposed to be a meeting. Maybe we should go there and figure this out. I don't know. I'm kind of lost without Henry right now. He's supposed to be on his way back, but I haven't heard anything.
Are
Is this
you?
something we should?
Are
The
you?
reason we need to
attending
go to the
meeting?
spot? Or sorry.
Robert, are you coming to the meeting?
I guess I should. I mean, I'm kind of my boss's right-hand man.
And
Or
this is
do
the
you
thing
think
with
I
the-
should not be there?
I mean,
I only know how to deal with him. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to deal with like all of you guys. And your,
Did the note
like,
say anything
intricacies.
about ghouls
No.
at all?
Mm-mm.
Did it list us by name?
Yeah.
Was Henry was Henry also invited?
Yes.
Um,
I mean, you've seen this type of invitation before. It's just a formal invitation from the Giovanni.
I guess if they don't want him there, then they can send him out.
Seems fair, I guess.
Is there anything we need to take care of among ourselves before we meet with the Giovanni? Any other dirty laundry that we don't need to share?
No, that you guys have my dirty laundry. I have nothing else that I can share. It's out on the table. You guys need to save Ashland. I'm willing to help you do that. I have to also. I have internal decisions to make, so I just can't. I'll help you as much as I can until I figure out what road I need to go down. Okay.
And how are the two doing? Saved? Are they all right?
Yes, they are recuperating. They are just
They're back at their
frankly happy to be back.
yeah, they're back at their particular haven.
Mhm.
On an out of character level, that's where you guys put them at, and once they got there, they like locked all the doors and the windows and shuttered everything and just like hunkered down at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right,
Yeah, they're
Jerome,
recovering.
then let's go.
Jerome, where am I health wise? Because I was like pretty destroyed. Like, did
you take any aggravated damage? I believe you did. Yes.
yeah, I got tore up by a werewolf.
Yeah. No, I'm
and
just
I,
making sure.
Ran like holding my two parts together.
If you have
yeah, I
if
was
you
like,
took
crippled.
if you took anything other than aggravated damage, you can burn blood to heal more if you need to heal at this point from last night. And it's 1 point per point. If you still have ag, you at this point would spend a willpower point and 3 blood points, and you can heal 1 more.
Did Benedict do any healing?
Yeah,
while he was in
that's
the driver's
why.
seat?
Yeah, that's why you've got the additional health back.
Oh, okay. So I should because I was asking about hunger, but like my health, like I was like,
Mhm.
crippled last night when he took over,
Oh yeah,
and so what health would I be at then?
you're up 1
Would I
point.
be back up to normal or
No,
okay?
The problem with aggravated damage is it takes longer to heal. So you healed 1
Okay.
more point, but He made sure you were full, so you're at full blood. You're just not at crippled anymore. You're up one from there. I don't have the sheet in front of me.
Okay, so I'm at mauled.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm at mauled. Okay, well,
You had
I'd like
you
to
had
spend a little bit of time.
old
Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
between the
You guys got the
oh the burn cream.
yes,
Yep.
the burn cream.
Collins burn
I
cream.
did. There wasn't enough for me. There was only 2. I didn't get any.
Right
Colin
at
didn't
at
give me
that
any.
point in time. Yeah, no, you're fine then. Yeah.
You would have been given more, I'm sure.
Oh, did they have more?
Yes.
Mhm.
That's just
Yeah,
all
we
he
kind
had.
of
Okay,
use
so
that.
That's all he had on him.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to assume that I had it if I didn't.
No. That's my bad.
Okay,
I
so
totally forgot
so I'm
about
at,
that. So yes, you are everybody at that point is healed.
Yay!
okay.
Thanks, Colin.
For the
I just
moment,
didn't want to go to the party like.
Yeah.
Looking all chonkla.
for the moment, whatever we've discussed in here, it should stay in here with us. Okay, please don't talk about this to Giovanni. The less they know, the less they can use it as barter for or as blackmail for something.
Speaking of
How
which,
did
anybody know why they're inviting us?
Occasionally, we get invites, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I
Do-
know, but we'll find out when we get there.
Hope I'm
do
not walking into a den of vipers.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Right now, I'm paranoid about everything because unfortunately, I've made a lot of enemies, and word can travel. So,
Oh, join the club.
yeah. I have too many clubs that want me. I don't know. I don't want that.
Where is Henri? His ghoul's here, but he isn't.
He left with the Archbishop and her pack.
He took a tour of Portland.
A scenic one
Yeah,
through Sabat
that sounds
territory.
about
and,
right. Yeah,
you know,
okay. For the librarian. No, yeah, that's good. that makes sense.
Apparently, he's on his way back. I guess maybe it didn't suit him. I don't know.
yeah.
We will deal with that when we get there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
now, now I'm just
I was asking about appropriate punishment.
I don't know what kind of punishment that can be given. The thing is that I mean, all he did was reject an invitation to join, but unfortunately, it's a big deal when you reject something like that. You basically become a target at that point. She doesn't like Ashland to begin with. She doesn't like, well, probably me to begin with. She doesn't like a lot of things about this place and the people that are in it. So him leaving to come back here is just another nail in the coffin, so to speak.
how strong is this lady? Like, how powerful are we talking? Like,
If she's
Um,
an
do you
archbishop,
have an idea? I mean,
I don't know how well
like,
I honestly don't know a whole lot about her other than the fact that her and Henri sort of traveled in the same circles, a few decades ago. I don't know if they knew each other real well, but I think they knew of each other at some point. But I really don't know much about her. I'm to be archbishop is definitely no small feat. There's a hierarchy of positions, so to speak, that you either work up to or you don't. And she clearly has she's a really good chess player. She maneuvered us into the right place, and yeah.
Could she have gotten such a high position when she wasn't even active?
Maybe she just didn't let it known that she was fully active in that because there are a lot of members of the Sabbat that I have never met, and who do keep a low profile and keep to the shadows or purposely have a reputation built that literally precedes them and assumptions are made. So before this, I had never heard of her.
Hmm.
So who knows who she has connections with. She's been around a while. I wouldn't be surprised if she got that way through those.
Okay.
She wouldn't be the first old vampire that we murdered.
Nope,
I
that's
like
definitely
yeah,
true.
I I hate Ekaterina so much. Um,
Oh, I'm sure,
it's
and I'm
her
sure.
fault that I'm in this predicament that I'm yeah.
Oh, is this
Uh,
Benedict talking now?
No,
Or okay,
but this is
sounds like something Benedict would
Remus.
say.
This is the first time that you feel your head nodding at twice the volume.
Yeah, agreeing with you.
You are both of you are in full agreement with yourself with that statement. And oddly enough,
oh,
that feels actually pretty good. You're like, oh, this is the first team we're kind of a team on. Oh, okay, all right, good
yeah,
deal.
Well, I mean, that's good because I know Benedict hates her. Obviously, I mean, I can't talk today. Obviously, you hate her too. Benedict hates her. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. Benedict has clearly a lot of connections still. So,
yeah. I mean, I don't really know what he's up to when he takes over. Like last night, I just all I lost. I was just out, and I have no idea what happened. I just woke up feeling better, but um, I mean, he's told me that he wants to have a talk with me, and maybe this is something that we can discuss. But yeah, no, I I I just don't agree at all. I mean, I don't know a whole lot. I don't even know if the Sabbat are like different. If are they different clans from what? Like, are they separate? Because I didn't really get the whole birds and the bees of undead. Essentially, like,
so
are they different clans from?
there can be. There are just like there are cam specific ones, there are Sabbat specific ones too. Some are very rare, but you do have a lot of the same ones. Malkavian, Ventru, Toreador. I don't know if Toreador is both sides too, but
Oh yeah,
there are quite a few that are that paddle on both sides of the row there. So yes, there are some that are, like I said, extremely rare. Like my clan is. So yeah, and there's a lot of similarities, but there's a lot of differences too. We're a lot more cutthroat, a little bit more free in the sense that your inner beast is actually something to be ridden and empowering in a lot of cases. Well, most cases.
And that's kind of what the Sabbat trade in terms of like their philosophies, right? Is that now that they're changed, they're apex predators. They can do what they want, sort of.
In a sense, yes. I mean, but even still, even with Sabbat territories, like I mean, personally, I don't like to shit where I eat, so to speak, and um, some of that holds true in Sabbat as well, because really, if you're causing a lot of problems in where you're at, I mean, you're not going to get a lot done, just to be honest. So there is a level of balance even in that side of it as well. But a lot of them are a
Mm.
little bit more. They're a lot more careless for sure. They will leave it to the police to find a body no matter the ruckus, even if it's in the middle of a Walmart sort of deal. They don't care on that. As long as they can get out away, they're fine. They don't clean it up like we did your neighbors. She'll look at Sophie when she says that. So it's just a little different for everybody.
What do you mean, our neighbors?
My neighbors.
Oh, Sophie's neighbors. Sorry. Um, actually, they had Italian food basically. No,
Wait,
Henry and Ekaterina, they're the ones responsible for killing her neighbors. We had to go over there and basically clean up the mess.
and they were Italian people?
Yes.
Is that maybe what we're being called by the Giovanni to discuss? So maybe somebody in
You
relation
know,
to one of their
Oh,
families
great.
got
Oh,
chomped up?
I
that's
never connected
great.
that, but that's not a bad theory. I don't think so. They're humans though,
Oh.
so I highly doubt it.
I think they would keep better track of their own.
Yeah, these were humans. They weren't,
In
as far as I know, they
sense,
weren't ghouls.
My guess is they would be living closer with the rest of the family.
Oh, for sure. They would not be that close to Sophie's house. And when I say close, I mean, within a few miles.
Well, but I guess maybe they kind of hoped that if Sophie was nearby, that they wouldn't have to worry about, you know,
Did your
the
neighbors know you
one.
were
No, not that I know of.
okay? Then I don't. I appreciate the theory, but I don't think that they knew.
Them before.
Remus ends up getting a tug on his shirt from Liam, and he says, "Sir, that's 30 minutes to the meeting. Did you need me to get the car ready?"
Oh, to the Willow House, or
Yes, ma'am.
oh, I suppose we should go then.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
Well, if it is, it is. You know what? I've lived a very interesting life, so if it's my time, it's my time. I'm sure not gonna make it easy for him.
Okay, if it's your time, great, your time. Not my time, though. Just
Nope.
making that clear.
We're on the same page.
All right, who's driving in the van with me?
Yeah, I'll
I'm
think I'll
bringing my
catch the van with
staff.
you if you don't mind.
Then, sir, what would you like us to follow in an adjoining car, or did you wish us to stay put?
Actually, that sounds good. How about Liam and I need
Eleanor.
Eleanor. Okay, yeah. I had to search through my pages. Yeah, how about Liam, you and Eleanor, you follow us and you stay on standby just in case things get hairy. I mean,
Of course,
I
sir.
don't know what this is about, but yeah. And yeah, I'll go get ready. But
Again,
I want to wear something that's
mhm. Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say I was gonna put on something kind of loose, like just in case I needed to fight in it, I would
Okay.
get it. Yeah.
I would just like to say, just please, again, don't say anything about what I am or what all is going on. They really don't need to know. I trust you guys, as I hope you trust me, even knowing what you know. So I've got your back as long as you guys have got mine.
Fine.
I feel
I'm gonna be
conflicted
my aura
because
again.
uh, like I owe you a lot, but I don't. There's stuff that I just don't agree with you on. Is all.
That's
But
fine. That's
at
why
the
you're
very
here in this
least,
city.
if you're yeah yeah, I mean, but if you're down, yeah, definitely like to pinky promise on chopping off Ekaterina's head. I'm more than willing to help out with that. But yeah,
Oh, I
that's
don't
all.
like her either. I don't like what she's trying to do. And Archbishop or no, I don't need to be fucked with like that. So, yeah.
Well, she's a monster, and monsters get their heads cut off. That's how it goes. And
Right
so,
on.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I'm gonna go get changed.
Okay.
Bloodthirsty crowd.
I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
I feel like I can be a little more free now about it because y'all know. So
Oh,
I mean, I guess technically speaking, we're all a little bloodthirsty.
everybody but Sophie, give me a perception and alertness check, difficulty 7.
my dice. Perception.
Oh, Jerome, when does willpower come back?
You
Does
get
it
one
ever return?
It does. You get 1 willpower per day.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I
One
spent
success.
quite a
Okay.
bit.
Hold on, I'm still rolling.
Sure.
No successes.
Okay.
What's the thing to do it in the chat? The M exclamation point
it's
M.
exclamation point M and then space your dice pool and then space the difficulty.
Difficulty 8,
7.
7.
So it would be space 6 space
1.
7 or however. So there you go. Okay. So Benjamin and Damaris, Sophie looks a little bit more flush. A little bit more on the humane side. And it's clearly not because of makeup. She looks a touch healthier.
Did you eat recently? You look a little flush.
I mean, I try not to get too low.
Hmm.
It was a big day the other night.
Jerome, would you say
Okay.
she's glowing?
No.
Okay.
I don't even know what that would mean.
So the rest of you get prepared. You get in the appropriate vehicles that you're going in, and you drive on over to the Willow House. Now, the art district is near downtown Ashland. The street itself is more cobblestone looking. Thank you for the follow, Patty Cakes. So it's more cobblestone looking. It extends for about a block. Last time most of you were down here, most of the shops were still vacant. About half of them are taken up at this point. Looks like it's starting to see some revitalization. There is some foot traffic that kind of comes back and forth through here as two relatively, I don't want to call them like hot spots, but they're doing some brisk traffic. Looks to be like one is a bar at the other end of the street, and there's like a art house, coffee house sort of thing at the other end. So just keep that in mind. There are some people that are floating about. It's not packed, but there are some people that are kind of going up and down the street, enjoying the night air. The Willow House itself is clearly marked on the outside. It says closed for private party. And standing out front are two familiar faces. They are actually dressed in nice slacks, simple shirt, and kind of a blazer. One's red, the other one's kind of green. They're not doing the stereotypical Men in Black sort of look.
So one of them stop and the others go.
Yes. I'm sensing ones in your future there, Brittany.
I did bring my staff, by the way.
Okay, sure. But you guys would recognize them if you know them as the two Utes. And
I'll go.
oh, okay, yeah. I mean, as you approach, some they already know most of you, so they just hold open the door and they're just like, "Okay, we'll just go on the inside." They don't even check you guys for weapons. It's whatever you guys have. It's whatever you have.
Oh. That's a good sign.
If you need to write down their names for any reason, one is Ricky and the other is Tommy.
Ricky Ticky Tom.
as you walk on the inside, there is a woman sitting at the far side, just kind of observing, looking more at the art than she is at the people right now, anybody walking in. She has long dishwater-ish blonde hair at this point, kind of coming down to one side. Nice tailored suit. She does have an earpiece in. Looks like probably some sort of like maybe Bluetooth attachment for a phone. You also see Malcolm here in a black suit, which he tends to frequent, but with a Mandarin collar shirt underneath. His long hair pulled back at this point, and he seems to be talking to another long-haired individual who is about 5'9". His long black hair is let down and flowing. He's in denim jeans. He appears to be Hispanic. He does have a brazenly strapped on katana to his back. And he is wearing what appears to be like a I don't want. It's basically like a coat you would a black coat that you would wear for racing purposes that actually has Kevlar plating installed into it. Damaris, you recognize this person?
Who is it?
It's Apollyon.
Oh, fuck. Oh God. Okay, well, it's okay. She really might die tonight, guys. We'll see.
Boy.
Okay. So, I mean, she's just gonna stay with the group.
And then at the other side, you see a woman. Well, actually, I shouldn't even say a woman. You guys all know her. I was thinking there for a second. Some of you didn't. Isadora is at the other end of the Willow House, taking up a booth all to herself and just kind of looking and whatnot. And then she sees Sophie come walking in. She does like one of these numbers, motioning her over.
I'll head straight to her first.
Okay. So
I whispered to Benjamin real quick. Yeah, the last time I went to an art gallery, it was attacked by a bunch of thugs. So yeah, we don't have good track records with art galleries, so maybe we should like kind of keep an eye out.
Right. Good call.
What's that notebook?
So she takes Sophie's hands, in hers and gives a polite kiss on either cheek, and she says, "Long time no see. Your makeup is looking better tonight."
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, how many times have I told you to stop trying to stare at laser beams?
Well, the night is young yet. I didn't expect to see you here.
I was told that there was a meeting of vampires, and I was kind of bored, and I figured, why not?
All right.
I don't come to these things very often, you know that. And she waves hello to Benjamin.
Izzy.
Maris will nod in
Mm-hmm.
acknowledgement and
For Remus, right?
What's that?
You remember Remus, right?
Oh, of course. I remember. I remember Remus like he was flying out a window the other day.
And it happens so often.
Well, let's hope it doesn't. You were in the ground for quite some time, if I recall.
Yeah. It's not been a good time. But how are you doing?
I'm doing quite all right, and I'm looking forward to tonight's festivities. This is my looking for a cure for boredom face.
Do you have any idea kind of what this is about? We're kind of
Well,
in the dark a little bit.
I do, but I don't exactly want to do the big reveal. I will say, and she kind of takes Remus by the shoulders and turns him around and leans into him, and she says, "Do you see that angry Hispanic man standing right there talking to Malcolm?"
Yeah, the guy with the sword.
Yes, he's a Sabbat member.
Is she saying this like loud enough for people around to hear?
Yeah.
Or just Remus? Okay.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, she's leaning in and speaking like directly to him, but I mean, if
Okay.
you're nearby, you can definitely hear it.
Got it. Okay.
I'm gonna look over his aura,
Okay.
see if he's feeling a little murdery. Three.
Okay.
I did math.
Okay. You also see black veins. You also see that the aura he's giving off is, what's the way to put this? He is a bit angry, but it's contained. And if anything, you're picking up a strong sense of duty. Like he's here for a purpose, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe he'll be civilized. Civil? I guess we'll wait and see.
Damaris is looking at anywhere
other.
other than Apollyon.
Get a drink. Something that has a little bit of alcohol in it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely enough blood for everybody to have 2 points if you want to just go ahead and drink it all right now.
Yep, I'm doing that.
Okay. With or without alcohol?
Without.
Without. Okay.
Just in case.
I'm gonna ask the group, like, do we know how the Giovanni feel about Sabat? Like,
She'll lean over and
need to be concerned.
she'll lean over and just say, Giovanni are very tolerant of other factions if it serves their purpose sometimes.
Yeah, they don't seem to join anybody.
No. But yeah, he's here. She says that.
So as Malcolm, you guys are getting your drinks, and Malcolm breaks from Apollyon, and Apollyon just kind of goes off and stands in a corner, with one eye kind of on the front door.
Came in with us, right?
What's that?
Did Robert come in with us?
He's outside with the other ghouls.
Okay. That was my thought, is if he was in here or if they'd made him wait outside.
Yeah, no, he was gonna come, but when the other ghouls were just kind of hanging out, he didn't really say anything. He just kind of stayed with them. It's like that's more his speed, even though they seem to be like way more sophisticated and put together. They're still,
I think of is
they're still like more his people, you know.
What was it? The shadows. What we do in the shadows. All the ghouls are like in this basement den.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that.
Like he's with the other ghouls. Like they've got a bucket.
the familiars. Yep.
Mhm.
Fucking guy. I love that show. I just went back and rewatched season 2. I love it. Anyways, So Malcolm turns to everybody who is there, and he says, "So thank you all for coming. Those of you who can come, from what I understand." He says, "So I'm actually calling this as a member of the council that." Well, I should say I'm going to bring to the attention that the anarchs at this point within the city are in disarray and are in need of fixing some things. And how, of course, you decide to do that is entirely up to you. I'm not going to interfere in that regard. However, continued disarray is not going to be allowed. We're going to have problems if that continues. And before I go any further, he says the young woman off to the side, the one you guys didn't recognize, her name is. One second. Okay, I had it right. Her name is Zandria Cummings, and she's here by proxy for Trudy, who some of you might know.
Thoughts?
And I'm also here to ensure that the Willow House remains neutral ground for the duration of this meeting. So it has been brought to my attention that there is an Artakis amongst the Anarchs. It's actually spread quite a bit over the past evening. I'm not exactly sure why, but clearly it's not a good thing. I've already received questions from both the Sabbat and the Camarilla about it. Apparently there's a matter of a blood hunt on Henry's head.
We be familiar with this word, autarchus?
I literally said it earlier. I said he's an autochthonous and independent.
Oh, that's right. Would we know what that meant?
Maybe, because it's not super common. If you have kindred lore, you can roll that. Otherwise, give me intelligence and occult.
I have cam lore.
You can roll cam lore.
Oh, I have cam lore.
So whichever dice pool is better, go ahead and roll that.
Oh my god.
What's the difficulty?
7.
Oh.
7? Okay.
3.
Okay.
I have 1.
So for you, Remus, specifically, you've only heard the term when it's somebody that doesn't belong to any sect and they're not independent. And independents are like the Setites, Giovanni, whole clans that are specifically outside of a sect. This is somebody whose clan, for the most part, is probably in one of the sects and is completely outside of them. They just basically walked away from the whole shebang.
And I'm assuming that this is a frowned upon thing.
It is.
Very much.
It basically, well, you don't know a whole lot about it. You can find out in character. Sophie, you know that what he knows, as well as it's a bad thing because in most cases, well, let me put it to you this way, and it even says this in the article. The only thing worse than a caitiff is Artakis.
Tarkus?
Yeah, the Autarchus.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because they have basically severed themselves from their clan and the sect?
It's because they've completely severed themselves from the sect. I mean, it's still possible to have ties to the clan, but the problem with that is because you've severed yourself so much politically, you're almost universally distrusted.
So
Now
wouldn't
he's living in our city.
anarchs basically count as that as well?
Nope. And anarchs are a separate sect. Anarchs still have some sort of unifying force, even though their politics are, depending on where you go, they may be a little bit stronger, but less in the Camarilla, or they may just be pretty freewheeling. They all still have a type of not representation, but reputation amongst one
Structure.
another. Yeah,
Mhm.
even though it's structure light, they still have their own way to do things.
So couldn't you just declare yourself one of the other sects and not be autarchist?
No,
Nope, that's not how that
one
works.
or the other.
When you're autarchist, you've already walked away from the other sects. So basically, the problem
it's not-
here,
It's not about changing sides, it's about severing all of them.
right?
But if he was if he was an anarch, but by, I guess, taking the invitation to go to the Sabbat and then denying them,
Well, at this point,
is
we're
what
getting into
kind
the
of
in character,
makes
which
him-
these are questions you should probably raise in character
okay.
rather than to define it out of character.
Okay, I'll start by saying what is it that we know?
We know so far, again, this is all information I have obtained this evening, that Henry or Henri has had problems in the Camarilla in more than one city. These are all been masquerade breaches or damn near it, all for the same thing. Apparently, he is, I don't know if you would call him a sociopath, but he is somebody who
Psychopath?
murders a lot.
Hmm.
And that's how he seems to have gotten himself in trouble in multiple cities. So the
Okay.
information that's been obtained has indicated that he has attempted to hide in the Anarchs to avoid prosecution from the Camarilla. This is entirely up to whomever is going to be the Baron, which is obviously another issue that needs to be raised. Because I don't know if he's been officially recognized as an Anarch. But then that also brings the point of his being offered a position in the Sabbat.
As far as I'm aware, he has no recognition as an anarch specifically. In fact, I don't know that anyone actually asked him what faction he belonged to in the first place.
Well, that I don't know, and I'm not going to delve into that. We tend to stay neutral. I'm here only as the largest landowner and part member of the council, simply informing you that there are problems that your house needs to fix.
Yes.
As for the position of Baron, in light of the kind of turns and he looks at Apollyon for a second, and he looks at the others, he says, or looks at everybody else, he says, the cross purpose of Henri possibly being Sabbat, not being Sabbat, and there being a Sabbat member within the Anarchs, I would strongly recommend that, again, that you all decide what it is that you're going to do, because the treaty that was signed 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, was for the Giovanni and Anarchs, not the Giovanni and the Sabbat. And that also does not mean the Giovanni and any other gaggle of vampires you wish to try and bring in and claim that they're Anarchs. Hence the problem we have here.
and are more or less accepting of anyone who wants to join the movement? Isn't that what it means to be an anarch?
So he turns and looks around, for a second, and he's like, "Are you really asking me that question?"
I'm asking the room at large.
Fair enough. Sophie, why don't you give me a wits and alertness check, difficulty 6.
Zero successes.
Okay. So you're just like looking around, hoping somebody answers, and you hear really loudly in your head, and it's a female voice.
I'm gonna turn around.
So Isadora, now that you finally made eye contact, she's like,
So, punishments aside, if Henri came back and decided he wanted to join the anarch movement, would that solve the problem?
"I'm not speaking to a baron, so I cannot say."
Seems like that's our first point of order.
Hold that thought. Benjamin, correct?
You got it?
Okay. And so he motions Apollyon forward. And so Apollyon, while he's walking forward, Apollyon is just looking straight at Damaris the whole time.
Yeah, she's looking at him too. I mean, at this point, there's no avoiding it.
He sets down, like on a table in front of you, he sets down a wakizashi.
Nice blade there.
Mm-hmm. Looking at him like, not going to fall on that sword if that's what you're asking.
"I have been sent by your archbishop. My understanding is you know why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not going to execute this target, this is for you."
No. Henry will be dealt with. He should not be hiding out anywhere. He's a coward for running in the first place.
So he looks around to the room. I mean, he doesn't appear to be enthused being here. "I'm not here to wait for him."
Okay. I don't expect you to. We will find him. I will find him.
"Then is your intention to remain with the Sword of Cain?"
Sorry, Rachel's having a conflict here. Fucking Apollyon.
Like, is this something that
Sorry, Rachel's having a conflict here.
Yeah.
is this something that needs to be conducted in front of the entire city?
He just looks at Sophie and he says, "Yes."
Yes, I will stay with the Sword of Cain. I will take care of Henry.
When the moment she says that, I look over to Sophie. I look at you, and then I like do one of these things over to Damaris. Do one of these.
Um, Okay, I guess I'm gonna try and read her mind.
Okay. While you have the dice pool to do it, this has never really been your strong suit.
Well, I got 2 ones, so only 1 success.
That's enough. I mean, you get surface thoughts.
She's like,
is it safe to say Damaris right now is just like a binary code of oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck as surface thoughts?
yes,
Okay.
but also I have no choice. Like repeatedly, I have no choice. I have no choice. I've got to take care of him. I have no choice. I have no choice.
Yeah.
Damaris, give me a. This is going to be a little difficult because you're having to, in essence, kind of read the room. Give me a wits and Sabbat lore check. Difficulty 8.
And 6 could be 8. Nothing.
Oh. Would you like to spend a willpower
To what, re-roll or to get 1 success?
to get 1 success?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's kind of necessary.
Yes. Is it necessary? Necessary for me to drink my own urine? No, but it's sterile and I like the taste.
Yeah.
I have no doubt Apollyon's probably in her head too at some point.
No. You're not completely clear on this, but you know he already stated your archbishop. That's your sire. You already know Killian would not have sent somebody to kill you. That goes against everything that he's sent you here for.
Well, and I'm confused.
And no, I know it is confusing. You already had the conversation with him that he knows you're on the fence with this.
Okay. I'm still confused. Like, what does that have to do with Apollyon?
He sent another a courtist. He sent another knight to deal with this. If he was given a specific order, that's all he's going to do. And so that means if he's not here to kill you, I mean, you only got 1 success, but he may be here for something else.
I'm feeling stupid because I don't understand. So
no, it's fine.
He sent another Accordist, but
right. But you're an Accordist. You know,
yes.
you deal with orders. You deal with honor. You deal with, specific direction. Kind of counterintuitive to a lot of what happens within the Sabbat. Again, you only got the 1 success, so I can't give it to you all. But you know enough to know your sire didn't send somebody to kill you.
Right.
And he knows you're conflicted, and he knows that you don't want to leave Ashland. If you remain within the Sabbat, he's already told you what's going to happen.
Yeah. That I'd have to make Henry an example.
No, not just that. I mean, otherwise, this in the conversation, because this is still, if you go back in and go take a look at the chat, the 2 big things that you brought up in that was, 1, what would happen if you stayed within the Sabbat, right? But then 2, what would happen if you didn't? So even if you make an example, let's say you even kill Henry, because that's what part of what you discussed. Where does that leave you in the city?
Yeah, hated by both sides.
Exactly.
I don't know what to do.
No, and that's fine. But again, it's
I'm
entirely
lost as a player right now.
Right, but well, that's why I'm trying to explain and have you go back and look at the chat. It's okay in character to be stuck. I mean, it is a very tough decision, but you've kind of already spelled out where the situation as it is. If you do end up going after him and killing him, or even if you don't, that puts you in a situation where because you're former Sabat, there's no way in hell you'd be welcome with the Camarilla. You wouldn't be welcome within the Sabat for failing, and it would make your stay in Ashland tenuous at best.
See the position that I'm in right now?
What happens if she does become an anarch?
She becomes the target of
Sabat.
Sabat.
So what else is new?
So so Apollyon coming here, I just need to talk this through.
Sure.
So Apollyon coming here and doing this, he is just basically proving that you've pretty much got a job to do, and your job is to take care of this Autakis because I don't know, just because he doesn't agree to anything.
No. Apollyon was clearly sent here, but you don't know like what the specific order that was given. But he sent somebody that was trusted above all else to handle you. He's also already stated this needs to be taken care of in front of everybody.
Yeah, and it will be.
So if you remain with the Sabat, then like I said, you've already said it yourself. How are you to maintain within the city? What would that do for your territory? What would that do for your child? Is that beneficial? Because then the expectation is Ashland needs to become Sabat, which brings us to the other part of the conversation that you brought up with everybody about Adam.
Okay.
And you know he's and for the one bit you do know, he's clearly not going to kill you.
Yeah.
Nobody else would know that, but you know that because, like you said, clan first.
Henry will be dealt with. And that's all she's gonna say on it for now. She's just gonna just stand there and just wait.
And your intention is to remain in the city and make it a Sabat city?
No, that's not my intention.
And you intend to remain within the Sword of Cain?
That is the faction that I'm most familiar with, and I do want to remain with the Sword of Cain, but I also feel the need to protect this territory.
That puts you at odds with the Sword of Cain.
I understand that.
You cannot be of the Sword of Cain and then fight against the Sword of Cain. So you must make a choice.
I understand this. Okay. I'm gonna look at him like I'm going to make an educated decision.
You have had the time.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be forced to
you're an honorable accordist. You know that would require an answer at that point. It's actually think samurai. It's calling upon your honor.
No, So when you say it's calling upon my honor, basically you're telling me to decide: am I staying Sabbat or am I staying here?
Correct.
And I don't want to answer that right now. I don't feel like I should have to answer that right now.
I take a couple of steps forward and look at Apollyon and go, what are the consequences either way? Like, why are you here delivering this message?
So he looks briefly at Benjamin. I've been ordered to do so. She has a choice, and if she remains in this city as a member of the Sword of Cain, this city will become Sabbat.
And if she stays here and remains an anarch or whatever the fuck else, then what?
That is for her to that is between her and I.
Okay. I feel obligated and bound to not have Ashland turn Sabbat. So consequences, be that as they may, I have nothing against the Sabbat, but you have forced my hand, and as a matter of honor, I will not be returning to the Sword of Cain.
So he pulls open the wakizashi and tells you to kneel as he is pulling out a brand.
Yep, I knew that was going to happen.
What is going on?
We don't have to play through it. It's just it's a symbolization of what's happening.
Okay, I just don't want it to be like in the smack dab middle of my face. Like,
no,
is that where he's going to put it?
No, it's wherever your brand would have been. Most Sabbat don't. I mean,
it's not going to be
super
visible to anybody.
hardcore members have brands like right on their freaking head, but most don't, because that's counterintuitive to trying to be sneaky around like anarchs or Camarilla.
Hers would have been in the middle of her chest, between the valley like of her breasts.
Sure, okay.
Like slightly below on the sternum.
Okay.
So she'll have it be like right under the other one. Or over it, or whatever he's going to do.
Okay. So in essence, what
it's a very rare sight, guys. You better appreciate this.
as she is an honorable accordist, basically she has to commit seppuku, which to a vampire is painful, but it's not going to kill him. So she basically has to, and I'm assuming because of your path, you are following through with this, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so she takes it, she kneels down and unfurls her top in front of all of you. You guys are basically seeing sect justice. Like, you guys are, this like totally blows the Camarilla out of the water. You're like, whoa, what the hell is this all about? And she just rips her stomach open with the sword as you see like her insides and blood coming out. You end up taking 2 points of lethal.
Okay.
And he ends up taking this brand, which really isn't a brand per se. It's just more like a stamp to stamp out whatever, brand that she had that signified that she belonged to the Sword of Cain, and sears it right into her flesh. That causes an aggravated.
Can I spend a will to just take it?
Absolutely.
Like a man, so to speak?
Absolutely.
Okay.
She grimaces but doesn't howl to any degree. A great deal of courage at this point on her part, just letting this all hang out. The last thing that you have to do at this point, you have to give me a conviction check. Difficulty 9. You've already spent a willpower to take it like a man.
Conviction. Okay. Just conviction?
Yes, just conviction.
All right. I like this dice roller on here. It's cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
So dice pool and difficulty 9. Come on, 2. I got 1.
You got one. Okay, well.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So being excommunicated from the Sabbat is not everything to you, but your path, the fact that you basically made yourself Ronin. It's the same sort of path that samurai went from leaving their daimyo and becoming a lordless warrior is ultimately what's happening to you. You lose 2 path points and puts you at honorable accord of 1.
Yep.
With that, Apollyon wipes the blade on you, but leaves enough so that when it is that when it's encased, there is a little bit of your blood left on the sword. And he looks down at Damaris, who is like, trying to obviously heal at this point.
Jerome, hold on. Unless I'm reading an old sheet, I actually only have a path of 2. I thought I had 3 for some reason.
Okay, so then you're down. Well, you're still down to 1.
Okay. Want to make sure I didn't go like berserk on that.
No. Yeah, no. I mean,
that middle level there.
You are in amazing levels of despair at this point, because you have betrayed what you swore to defend, and you are literally at this point a masterless samurai. You're going to have to rebuild that faith somehow within the Anarchs, and all of you just literally watched. She forsook everything, and you can see it on her face. She literally gave everything away for the city. And with that, Apollyon took the heated brand, dipped it in a drink or something to cool it off, and before he walks out, he looks Damaris at the face and he says, "Should you find yourself anywhere within the territory or domains that are the Sword of Cain, you will be killed without hesitation."
Understood.
And he marched out.
I'm gonna give Damaris my drink, because I didn't actually drink it because I was worried that this might be a setup. But I'm gonna give her the drink of blood.
Okay.
And if
she's not gonna take it. She is bearing this punishment as part of that honor, so she's not gonna take any blood.
Okay.
She will get up and take her leave.
Now, are you leaving?
Are you okay?
Are you leaving the Willow House completely, or are you just getting up off your knees and going over to a corner?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just getting up. She's in a mental reflection at the moment.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
She looks at everybody, just nods and walks over to one of the deserted corners.
Okay. And as Apollyon walked out, at that point, Malcolm kind of looked around the room and he's like, "That went better than I expected."
Better?
Yes, better.
Yeah, she could have been killed.
No way are we letting our city have anything to do with that.
Yeah,
Well, I think she made the right choice, but that now leaves the matter of Anarch business. I'll let the rest of you stew over that and decide how you want to do that. I'll be over in the corner, and I think Isadora wants to speak to me about something. He kind of does like the looking back and forth between you and Isadora, flagging him down for some reason. The woman that was watching at this point is dumbfounded. Like,
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. She was pretty chill for the most part. It's like she understood kind of apparently what was going on, or at least understood enough about the politics of vampires. But when she saw Damaris do that, she literally had that whoa sort of look on her face. And as she kind of walked off and Malcolm walked away, she steps forward and she says, hi, we haven't officially been introduced, I think, as of yet. My name is Xandria Cummings. I work for Ms. Trudy Maxwell. I understand that some of you know who she is. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here by her as her proxy. So if there's anything that we might be able to do to help, I can take that back to her and discuss, or whatever it might be. She's just detained currently with some business matters.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
You're
Well,
welcome.
Under the circumstances, I think we should release Damaris from her candidacy for Baron.
Yeah,
Right.
I think this kind of makes you the Baron by default.
That's actually what I was thinking this was going to be about. I had no idea about the other stuff. And I am more or less prepared to take that responsibility.
Hopefully more.
Well, in the sense of I will be relying on all of you to help with various tasks, responsibilities. We'll figure that out later. I think at the moment we just need a figurehead, so to speak.
Well, as the now figurehead Baron, what are we supposed to do with Henri?
I have no idea.
This is why I was asking for more rather than less earlier.
Yeah, I'm not really the punishment type.
You hear Damaris snort across the room. I sure like it right now.
Xandria steps forward and she says, I know my master isn't here, but again, if there's anything I can do to assist, I'm happy to help. That includes brainstorm, whatnot. If it helps, I understand that one of you have, or maybe more than one of you, have also hired from Tri-Castle.
Look over to Remus.
Was Tri-Castle the people that I got my security staff from?
Yes.
Yeah. That was a lot of money.
She says, I have a particular skill set that allows me to read a location. If that helps any.
What does that mean, read a location?
Kind of hard to describe in a literal sense.
Like Spirit's Touch, but with a broader...
If there's enough of an impression. Think of it more like pressing rewind on a movie. if that helps
Okay.
for a visual. If there's enough of an impression, that's kind of the way it looks to me. Sometimes I'm able to get everything, like the placement and what was said, and that literally like pressing rewind.
So it might be useful to take you to the home of the couple that died last night.
Right.
If
Oh,
you could, is that sort of how that works?
yeah. I
You
didn't
essentially
know that there
would
were
be
some
able to
people that
tell
died,
us.
but yes, I could probably help
It
with that
might
if that would help.
it might be a good idea to know what
What was said?
happened in that house or what was said in that, just so that way we at least have an idea of what happened before he left.
I mean, if
Or
that
actually
will,
finding or doing something with him. We should find out where Henri was or what the
uh,
hell happened.
of course. I mean, that's actually right in my wheelhouse. I'd be happy to help with that.
I have another matter of business, but it may not be quite as pressing as the Henri issue. Um, should we brainstorm that first?
We're here, might as well.
Much as I am loath to discuss the punishment of one of our compatriots, but as I said, I usually play the good cop, so I'm not sure what's appropriate. I don't think we need to kill him. I'd rather not kill him. He did leave a mess at my neighbor's house. And if he is as indiscriminate as has been reported, then I think, I don't know, we need to rehabilitate him somehow. Can that be done?
I kind of get the feeling that Henri's going to be beyond rehabilitation. I mean, he's gone how long, how many decades, essentially killing as he felt, not really caring about consequences. Like I don't know how you rehabilitate somebody who has spent, because like, isn't he like over 100 years old or something? Like
Yes, sir.
he's been killing a long time. Yeah, he's like I don't know if there's any like do this many hours of vampire community service that's gonna make him like turn over a new leaf.
Why didn't he join them then?
Good
That
question.
would be that
Maybe
is the question. I wonder if he discussed any of that with Robert.
I mean Robert seemed as confused as any of us. Um, I mean we can ask him, but maybe they don't like leather working.
Yeah.
That's the ticket.
That sounds about right.
Maybe they just don't like French people. I don't know.
I mean, isn't that Katarina French?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, at that point,
Yeah,
Xander's like, that would be affirmative, sir. Yes, she is French.
yeah, because he was so excited. He was really excited to speak French with somebody.
You're
Or maybe I
also
was thinking of
familiar
somebody
with
else.
Ekaterina?
I mean, I thought that didn't we meet her at a thing?
No, not you, her.
Oh, oh,
I'm sorry, what
I
was that?
know, I know you're familiar with her.
oh.
I was asking Zandria if she is also familiar with Ekaterina.
Loosely, Bam, yes. We have some information on who she is and what it is she does.
Do you have
Could
any
you
idea
share some of that information with us?
what?
No, you go ahead, Baron. Better get
Please.
used to that.
Please don't call me Baron. Oh my gosh.
Listen, Baron.
She says, I don't know how much I'm at liberty to say, but what I can say is you probably know more than we do at this point. We know the basics. We know that she came to town and managed to manipulate the anarchs here into, from what I understand, mutually beneficial death of a Camarilla member in Vegas. And she used that as a means to solidify her hold on Portland. We're unsure as to why.
Malcolm?
That he peeks up from where Zadora is at. And he's like, yes.
Sorry, I know this is a little random, but how is Las Vegas doing? Isn't your family in charge of that town now?
Don't get me started. But yes.
I was just wondering about what connection Ekaterina had with Vegas that she needed Benedict taken out.
Oh, that. I don't think she had any. I don't recall any connection to Vegas. I mean, if anything, it probably would have been like some sort of, what do you do in Vegas when you're a singer? I mean, but I can't imagine that would have had anything to do with it. She's been on the outs with the Camarilla long before Vegas was a thing. I think, if anything, she probably did this because she knew that Benedict had something to do with the Camarilla constantly coming around here and making problems for the rest of you.
It doesn't make sense for how she could have risen up in Portland so quickly.
Well,
because she managed to take out. Yeah.
Well, I mean, she already had connections to the Sabbat.
Okay, well,
I'm sure Damaris can explain just the appeal of what a crusade might give.
Isn't Portland like a smoldering crater right now anyway? Like, didn't we hear about it like being partially destroyed? Like, what else?
No, that was
what
just
else is up there. Maybe
that
it's
was just a power plant of some kind, or a power transformer.
Oh, okay.
Awareness is that Sabbat are fairly strong in the city right now. Any detractors need to keep their heads down right now. Okay, well, back to Henri. I do agree that he needs some kind of punishment, but I also believe that this should be a city where people can take refuge if they want to have freedom, as long as they follow certain, peacekeeping rules. Isn't that why we're all here?
Is he following peacekeeping rules by turning people into books?
Well, maybe not
Is
strictly.
this maybe,
What
is
are
this
the
maybe
ground
something
rules
we
here?
can turn to? Oh,
I think that's kind of for up to us to decide, isn't it? Or me.
And you as Baron to
And,
put your stamp of approval on it, I guess.
and Adam, I suppose.
And Xandria, with that comment, kind of raised her hand real quick. Do you mind if I say something, not to be devil's advocate?
Please.
From my understanding, isn't Adam fed vampires?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be a little bit more severe than? And she looks at Benjamin at the people luggage.
True, but I have no fucking idea how to deal with that Adam guy. Never even met
Oh,
him.
no. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we should. I just think, again, devil's advocate, maybe there's a precedence there. You can have your evil, I guess, so long as the evil doesn't affect the city. I don't know what specifics there are behind Adam. I just know that, he feeds on you guys. So maybe that might be that type of an approach to take with Henri. The masquerade, from my understanding, is supposed to be a big
contained.
thing. Yeah, the masquerade's supposed to be a big thing. So long as he's not breaking it, maybe that would help.
Well, I mean, I don't think that I've heard any repercussions thus far, recent events notwithstanding. So if he's been doing it while he's been in the city, I haven't heard of it. I suppose we would have to check with the police reports. But yes, I mean, personally speaking, I think rule number 1 still should be masquerade related, because the more we can stay under the radar, the safer we'll be.
So, but if he's being blood hunted, who is the one? Like, who is going to be coming looking for him? Yeah, because they said that he's got problems with the Camarilla, but now he's got problems with the Sabat. Like, who should we be expecting to come hunting for him?
That is a good question.
I don't think you're gonna have to worry about Camarilla. You're gonna have to worry about Sabat.
I was under the impression that at least on as far as Cam is concerned, blood hunts rarely leave the city. It's more of a if you show your face here again, or if we find you here again. But most, I mean, it's pretty unusual for our kind to leave the city, isn't it?
Isadora,
but then you go to another.
Isadora from across the room goes,
Yeah.
You're a special case.
"Oh, well, thank you."
Favoritism.
Ashland is full of special cases.
And she just politely folds her legs and she says, "Nepotism at its finest."
Um,
I'm going to be right back.
Sure. But Xandria says, "Oh, you're absolutely right, ma'am. But it may also mean that if it is egregious enough that an Archon may be tasked to look into it."
yes, that is true.
They may be less inclined because I understand that there is drama revolving the Camarilla and Adam. But the question still remains, from my understanding, that this could still be a potential issue. And there's also the remaining issue of Mr. Haight.
I was going to get to that as soon as the Henri issue was taken care of. Should we table that for now and wait to hear what he has to say?
Speaking on behalf of my master, I would say yes.
Seems all right. It's not like he's technically doing anything to us, although, do we know any vamps that he's been eating?
Henri?
No, Adam.
Actually, I think that's yeah,
Yeah,
Irene was
Damaris could
there.
answer that one.
Still in the corner of the room,
Yeah.
like perking up here and there.
I'm gonna look over there and
I'm
see
like,
if she's
you
listening.
don't know him. You don't know any of them.
I walk up to Damaris and I say, I wasn't fair. What you did, it's impressive. In front of everybody. I've never seen anything like it.
Not something
I
I
didn't
would
think
like to go
somebody
through
like you-
again. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Understandable. I didn't think that was even possible for Sabat. Why did you become Sabat?
When you get embraced into a faction, that's all you know. It's all you follow. You are the sword of a faction that is the idea that, well, how do I explain it? Loyalty is definitely key in that, and they have a very strict structure, and I honestly don't even have words for it. But just know that if you're born into a religion, I mean, we were all human once, that's what you grow up to know. But you also have teachings from other places, like who your sire is, that instills other values that sometimes mean more.
Sure, but you were a human before you turned into a vampire. You
Yeah.
were an adult and lived a life. You didn't have any choice when you were changed, or what?
I guess when you get Gould, you don't really have a choice in a sense. But it's every clan embraces a little differently. And my embrace was digging a hole in the ground and digging myself out again. I feel like I've been doing that ever since.
All right. Fair enough.
Maybe one
Well,
day we'll
since-
have a deeper conversation about that.
In the meantime, let's see if we can convert one more to our cause. We got you. Maybe we can get Henri.
We'll see. But when you turn Tarkus, it is almost impossible to come back from. And the fact that he's coming here basically to hide is still a bad thing for us. So he is going to have to make, honestly, a similar decision to us, to what I had to do. You choose it or you either get out. At this point, if, he's going to have to make that decision too. At least he won't necessarily have to commit seppuku.
Why did you make the decision you made tonight?
For my child.
That's all I needed to hear. Well, we're just gonna sit around and we're gonna go find Henri.
Really hope Susan is her child at this point.
It would be ironic if she wasn't her child. It would be so ironic.
Maury comes in from off screen.
You are not the mother.
Test results come back. You are not the mother. Damn it!
Do they have? Is there a vampire equivalent of that? Like, there's got to be, right?
There's. I'm looking
I'm
into
sure
it.
there is,
Trust
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Can't. I've been told that Tremere can. Anyway, we don't need to talk about that right now.
You don't need to mess with
I didn't want to
Jameer.
bring it up. I didn't want to bring it up.
Don't.
So pretend I didn't say anything. Okay. Moving on. I met with Noah, our werewolf friend, and discussed the hate situation. His party was attacked as well. They went into an ambush, just like we did. Although, according to him, their instructions were not the same as ours. So I don't know exactly what that means as far as what his attackers' instructions were, but he was led to believe that there is at least 2 people giving orders in this operation.
So there's
Not
another person who's part.
I'm sorry,
There's a
which
person.
operation? I'm a little lost. Sorry.
our fight with the werewolf guy.
Oh, right.
Was,
Well,
so the werewolves were supposed to join us in that fight because they had a dog in that fight. But they didn't show up, as you recall.
mhm.
That's why. Is because they were ambushed. So
another werewolf group was ambushed by this other werewolf group?
The Glasswalkers, the ones who have a club that we're kind of friendly with.
Right. The Glasswalkers
They hate
who own the club.
Yeah, when they first showed up, they were like, "If you guys see Maxwell Hate, can you give us his number?"
Right.
Because they wanted to beat him up too, and so we were
Oh,
hoping to
right. They're
do like
against
a
it
Marvel
too.
team
So
up.
Not literally.
gotcha.
Not literally.
So they were attacked by another group associated with this rogue werewolf that I literally lit on fire.
I believe that this other group was related to the pharmaceutical company rather than the werewolf himself. Or hate.
Pentex?
I don't know that I
Is that what it's called?
Magadon.
Pentex? Magadon? Sorry, not Pentex.
Yeah, I think you're jumping the shark there.
Yeah. Sorry.
I forgot to write that down.
It's all a Nemesis plot.
Hmm.
We didn't trace it back to Pentex, did we?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's Magadon.
Putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
Okay. Furthermore, so that's one issue that we have is there's more than one operator here. And hate seems to be just a part of it.
I can honestly say that the werewolf is probably should be one of your lesser priorities.
That werewolf.
I hate to say it, but you've got honestly a bigger problem with the fact that Sabat now they have a hate on for us, and I think that the werewolf problem, I'd love to use him to our advantage somehow, but I think that's a secondary problem.
There's more. But wait, there's more.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I spoke too soon.
So speaking of werewolves, you may recall, I don't know if any of you were there. There is a group to the south of town around Immigrant Lake. A group of werewolves that occupies that territory. They are not friendly with us. We, as you may expect, we met them once and it was very tense. They are very upset at the fire to that forest up north.
Okay.
Very upset. And it was put to me that if we don't want them to come after us as the cause of destroying that land, we need to make some kind of an overture to assure them that we are not the bad guys. And to that end, I've put my people on some research, and we came up with a plan. As I understand it, werewolves have some kind of a spiritual nature with the land. And after a little research, this particular area where we were fighting happens to have a certain spiritual energy to it that the werewolves value / use. But it doesn't belong to them. This type of energy is also incidentally useful to magic users like Colin and his sorcerer friends. And we had an idea about Ashland and the council, or our coterie specifically, purchasing this land, which is not, it's not strictly a part of Ashland. It's actually part of Talent, the town to the north. If we were to purchase this land and broker a truce between the werewolves and the sorcerers, but it belonging to us, that could allow us to basically put a buffer between a buffer of what is the word? Allied. That's a word. Of allied supernaturals.
So neutral territory for supernaturals.
Between us and Portland. Because nobody in that group wants the Sabbat to come down here.
And who all would be in that area if it's going to be a buffer?
I assume it would be the werewolves and the sorcerers. And I'm guessing we would nominally have access to it as well, although I don't know how often we would want to strain their control.
I mean, what control would they really have over it, to be honest? Like, if it's our land and we designate it as a neutral magical territory for anybody other than Sabbat.
I think the important point here is that no one else could buy it. Not this
Magadon company.
This Magadon, not the Sabbat, not anyone hoping to destroy the land, because we have no spiritual use for it. We're not going to start building on it. We could just designate it, I don't know, protected land or something.
Well,
we just have to own it.
We just have to own it.
Well, knowing now what I do about that area, first of all, I mean, I'm sorry, it was either the forest or my kid. I'm going to take my kid. Just saying. Sorry about the fire, but still. I obviously have my own magical affinity as well, and to a different degree. I am willing to oversee basically the rebuilding of that area to help with that, since I was the cause in the first place, with the fire specifically, not, You get it. But I can also work the land too to help boost the spiritual energy. I have rituals that can help.
We can definitely put that into the equation, for sure. My thought was, as soon as we can find out the specific boundaries of the land that we need, we can start find out how much it's going to cost and put some money together, see if we can buy it.
Well, I think Remus's guy, Benedict's guy, out of character, I'm forgetting his name. He actually was able to help find me a couple of properties that I was looking at for my actual rebuilding of my haven. He might be able to actually look into procuring that as well.
Oh, that could definitely be helpful. As far as the boundaries, I meant the spiritual boundaries.
Oh, that. Oh, well, I mean,
I don't think
land
we
and that,
know-
but I mean, okay, so I was
know
thinking the
much
land
about
property. So, I mean, can Colin can Colin help figure that out? I mean, he seems very inclined towards that too.
I can definitely ask if he's made inroads. We've had other things to figure out. So
Well, I can also try and help figure out the boundaries of that. Again, like I said, I've got rituals that can help do that. So
does that sound like a decent plan?
Are there a lot of other magic people in town? Like, are there skirmishes between them and the werewolves? Like, I didn't
No,
realize that
I
this was like
not
another
that I
group that.
know of.
not that I know of. Not that I know of. I was thinking possibly the Portland group could take refuge there if necessary. I know there are quite a few of them up there.
Is that an area that we might need that we should keep? I don't want to say on the down low. Of it being a magically inclined area.
From whom?
Well, I mean, keep it within like the city. I mean, do we need people outside of the city knowing about it? Just saying.
Uh,
Like, you said that others from outside of the city could take refuge there, but at the same time, that
Should
would
we
mean
be
that
advertising?
yeah, exactly. Should we really advertise that it's that kind of a place? You know what I mean?
If it helps, ma'am, we have a security expert on our team, and we can use her to monitor that situation and potentially nip any comments or questions that might pop up on the internet through message boards and unsecured IMs that we might be able to coordinate an effort to ensure its safety.
How much does that service cost?
She
It's
looks
included.
around. She looks around. She's like, we're paid well if that's what you're inquiring. Ms. Maxwell has signed us to quite lucrative contracts.
Just making sure we're not on the hook for something else, hidden charges or some shit.
Hmm.
That you would need to take
No.
up with Ms. Maxwell, but from my understanding, no, this would be a service to the city.
Sir,
Sounds good.
We all should consider doing is building up our influence with certain areas of the city. When I was majorly a part of, but your influence was honestly not everything, but it helped a lot. So that you guys pick an area that you are maybe proficient in, and maybe find someone to build up that type of with. Talking police, newspapers, news, that type of thing, to control damage, to cover up, to deflect
It would be nice to
attention.
have it would be nice to have some eyes within the police or the medical community. I don't know
All
whatever
of it.
happened to that blood bank that Giovanni used to own. Wonder if they still.
I don't know. But again, connections like that, like if now I'm, how do I say, I'm free, finally impart what I feel you guys really hear this city and build up, need to keep it going.
You're breaking
Need
up.
to build up. Oh, sorry. You guys need to build up your influence or your connections, your contacts. It's gonna go a long way with helping to eyes everywhere, especially now. I have a contact in these, but it's just a sure. But then that I need to bring further up because that help. We needed to have our fingers dipped in a lot of pots, those types of connections, medical, these, all of it, even all of it.
Damaris, how long have you been a part of the Sabbat?
Well, look, how old am I? Probably about 65, I think, give or take a year or two.
All right. With that, do you know how or what or who they'd send after Henri? What can we expect?
Honestly, Blood Hunt is in a lot of ways a game of instinct to them. They could potentially come into the city, but technically they're not supposed to. They do generally tend to keep it within the city bounds. But that doesn't mean that some newbie shovelhead is gonna try to, build a reputation for themselves and come in and try to get him.
Well, Mr. Fancy Sword from earlier managed to come in here. I'm guessing
Oh,
he's Sabbat.
he is extremely Sabbat. But even though he's Sabbat, he is, yeah. What he did wasn't wrong, just so you know. It was appropriate to the situation. I don't harbor any ill will towards him at all.
Well, that's not my point. We were just talking about, it's not usual for them to send groups into another town. Well, he's in another fucking town.
He was
What's
in
to
here.
stop other Sabbat?
He was in. The way I'm seeing this is that he's the only one that they sent, and it was to deal with Henry. So they came here almost kind of like on an official mission in that sense. Like, it wasn't here to cause trouble. It was here to do a job, and that job was me.
Sure, but now that you're no longer with them, they've still got Henri. You think
He's
they're just
gonna
going
go
to let
back.
him loose?
Apollion's gonna go back. He with him being an occultist as I am, basically we follow paths. Think of it like a religion. We follow a path of enlightenment that we try to follow, and that's where my honor came from. That's why I went through what I did. He's not here to cause trouble. He was here to do a job, and that job was me, and so he's gonna go back. Now, that doesn't mean that all of them are going to do that. You could find a rogue Sabbat that's going to come out here and, again, try to make a name for himself. There's no way to predict what they're going to do at this point. We just know they're going to come in either without us knowing and we figure it out later, or they announce it. I'm sorry. I don't know
All right.
what they're planning at this point.
Is,
I
is
just know Ekaterina
Apollyon-
is on her. She's got it out for us.
Is Apollyon like, because you mentioned factions? Is he in the same faction as Ekaterina?
Yeah, he's
Like,
Sabat.
is he going to?
No,
Well, but do they all?
Damaris,
Wait, he's
you
not
know,
Sabat?
They all
you
work
know,
together?
Oh, he's
ask-
the ex-Sabat. I forgot. Sorry, out of character. I forgot. That was a long time.
No, Apollyon is not a part of the same faction as Ekaterina. He's Black Hand.
Right. Sorry, I forgot about the Black Hand. Okay. Okay, his faction's a little different. He follows from what I understand, the Black Hand, and I'll be honest with you, that's an entirely other group that I am not familiar with. I know that they are a very specialized, very, very powerful group of assassins, essentially.
And you know that
So-
they're known naughtists.
And I don't think they know what that means.
No, but that's for you.
Yeah.
So I guess this guy, he's I guess he's probably not going to be reporting anything to Ekaterina if he's like from a separate group. But as we've
Oh,
seen,
he'll still
Ekaterina's group
probably.
knows no.
It's going to get around that he was here and why he was here. If she doesn't know already, I would be surprised.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like he's not working for her, at least as far as I understand it.
No,
Like
no, he's
he at
not.
least, if he was, I mean, he came in, he did what he was going to do, and then he left peacefully enough.
Hmm.
Ekaterina, despite our previous agreements for her to stay out of the city, has come back multiple times, probably more than we even know. At the very least, if he
I don't
is
think it's going to be
honorable,
the
then
Black
she
Hand
is
that
definitely
comes.
dishonorable. But
Yeah, she's very dishonorable. He is honorable. I can tell you that. He came here to enforce that, basically. He didn't come here on behalf of Ekaterina. I can tell you that. The Black Hand don't really, how do I say, they don't really answer to the Archbishop in that sense. They kind of follow their own sort of code in that way. So unless they have a specific mission that benefits them and to come out here, I mean, I don't foresee them coming out here. Like, Ashland is nothing to them. Why would they want to be here? He was here to do a job, and that job was to, yeah, you already know.
there must be something here for Ekaterina to keep needling us to get us to do stuff for her, or trying to like scope out members. Like,
Maybe she's
must be
just being
something here that she
vindictive. Maybe
wants
she's
other
pissed
than
off about
just-
something. I don't know.
He's a
I mean, we did
sociopathic
her,
leader.
yeah, I mean, we did what she wanted, and she still is. Yeah, at this point, I don't want to.
We got
reason with her.
manipulated into that.
If she shows up again, yeah,
So hard.
I I was super on team. Let's beat her up instead of going on a road trip. But yeah, no, she's causing us a lot of problems. I don't know what is here, but whatever is here, we can't let her get it. Because I
We
think
need to
the
figure
last
out what
thing
that
she
is.
needs is. Yeah, the
I've got feelers out as to who her pack is, to try and find out who was with her. Henry might be able to tell us when he gets here, but I'll let you know what I find out on that.
if they were at the house, Xandria might have seen them, or Xandria might be able to see them. We still haven't explored that.
Who?
So I got the name right. Xandria.
Xandria.
Andrea, yep.
Oh.
She's yeah. She has the ability to look backwards through time in a specific place. So if we take her to the house, maybe it was more than just Henri and Ekaterina there. She might be able to tell us like who, and if they're people you know, that could give us a leg up on who we're dealing with.
Possibly, but I mean, when Henry comes into town and he comes seeking us out, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do with him.
I would still like to, if we can, gather as much info as possible because, I mean, I don't know how well I know Henri. Like I thought that Henri was just a little kooky, but I'm finding out he's capable of more than
I see
I
the appeal.
kind of thought.
I see why Ekaterina lured him.
Yeah, no
As I
shit.
said, yeah, he clearly is a sociopath, and frankly, that's very appropriate for that. So that's very that Sabat is usually a good path for someone like that. Which kind of surprises me that he's Octorus. So,
You mean
maybe
that he didn't join?
that he went with her in the first place.
And something turned him off and he chose not to. We gotta find
Something turned him
Henri.
off.
We
Yeah,
just keep guessing all fucking night, but we have no damn idea what we're doing.
yeah.
Did you need my services, or should I return to Miss Maxwell?
I think she should come with. She's got the power. Let's read that location, whatever.
I mean,
All right.
as good a time as any.
I'm fine with that. Should we see if there's anything else necessary here?
We should also probably let Malcolm
That's what I
know that you're.
Doesn't
yeah,
surprise me,
yeah.
by the way, that you
Yeah.
got picked. There's certainly no way I could be that.
well, circumstances being what they are.
Frankly, I'm dealing with a lot emotionally here, and I know that's not ideal for one of my type, but when you lose a little bit of your faith, it has a long-term impact.
Well, we're
I can
glad to have
understand
you.
that.
We're glad to have you for real.
Well, let's make it worth it then, huh?
This is a just one random aside back to the hate situation. When I spoke with Noah, I told him about those pills that we found in what's his name's apartment.
Oh yeah, the date rape pills or whatever.
Right. We had Painwise take a look at them, but apparently Painwise didn't tell him anything about them. And I think I left them up at Terrence Hill. And Noah would like to take a look. If we can get those pills back and get them to Noah, that would be really great.
And sorry, see, Terrence Hill is the place we burned up?
Terrence
Terrence
Hill
Hill.
is where Benjamin and Scarlett were staying before they
Yeah.
came to the Joint Haven.
Where we
Oh,
did the interrogation and got rid of the car
Okay.
and stuff.
oh, that place. Okay,
Reanimated the guy.
that was fun.
What's that guy doing now? Is he like still like Frankensteining his way around, or
Mhm.
Probably.
Yeah.
he's good and what's coming to him?
So I don't know. Maybe one of your people could bring them down here. We could run and grab them at some point. That would be great.
Yeah, see what I can do.
Okay, so wrap this up.
Yeah. I'll When we get to the Haven, I'll scry and see if I can find where Henry is.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea.
Okay. So you're doing that where?
Well, I'm not doing it here. I said when we
Okay.
get back to the Joint Haven.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
first, wrap things up here with Malcolm, and then go read My Neighbor's House with Xandria, and then I guess. I mean, if you want to try and read him while we're there, they
I
probably.
mean, I can do that. It doesn't matter where. I just don't want to do it here.
Right.
Yeah.
Any place
Okay.
but here. I will
So
never look at this place the same.
so to wrap this up, then you officially let Malcolm know that you were the Baron. You guys exchanged some niceties, a little bit of idle chit chat. Everybody collectively goes on their way, making a wagon train to the neighbor's house. Which neighbor, again, like what I was saying in the chat, is a loose term. When you get to this end of town, they're technically a neighbor, but it's not like adjacent to a fence. It's, down the road a little ways, sort of bit. But when you get to the house, it's still quiet. It's like you guys left it.
Like
last.
nobody's living there.
Yeah, no, nobody's updated it or anything. I mean, nobody's had a reason to call yet. It's only been a day.
Not yet, but we should be quick because burning
don't-
RV will make us, or I'm sorry, SUV will
Don't-
cause.
Don't touch anything. Don't get your fingerprints on anything. We already cleaned it up.
But she,
Right.
you guys walk in, and Xandria is very professional. She's already got like gloves on to cover up, and is just walking around the room, occasionally touching like a wall or like the couch and whatnot. And she stops and focuses once in the kitchen and then once in the living room. And she starts describing some people that she can see. And she says, I hear the name Agea. I hear the name Antonio. They refer to this woman as a Katerina, so I think I found them. I'm seeing a cat.
Well, that would be
Huh.
Gray,
that would be the tattletale.
yes, that's my cat. He's the one that told me this happened.
Oh. And she's like pausing, she says, and she looks back over it, she says, okay, if I could swear that you said the cat tattled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
The woman that you refer to as a Katerina noticed the cat and then began speaking more openly.
Oh God, your cat's a fucking spy.
Or she did, or this is not like we were supposed to find out about this.
I mean, it's a neighbor that's a few miles away in the city. Yeah, I think she intended for us to know about it at some point.
She's feeding us information.
And she mentions Damaris in the conversation about her being Sabat, but I don't know why. I mean, the other people there seem to know. And she's meeting with Henri. She offers the family, who willingly come to him. She drains the wife. He drains the husband. And they leave for Portland. They left the bodies there. And she mentioned something to the effect of that this is okay and that you should be okay with being who you are.
Yeah. See what I mean?
She says, but
She encouraged
this
him.
Agea, she has wings and a tail. She has horns coming off her head. She looks very different than the rest of you.
She's a gargoyle.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing. But the cat ran away very quickly once once everybody once everybody left.
Can you tell if she was talking to the cat directly, or
No, she was talking to her friends or whoever she was there with.
you said that she noticed the cat and then just started talking more freely? Why would she see a cat and then start talking more freely? I mean,
Maybe she knows that the cat knows things. I'm still not
Obvious-
I still don't know how a cat can tattletale, so that's kind of confusing for me.
I
I
don't
can
think it's
speak
really
to
a
him.
cat. Yeah.
I can speak to him.
So she did this on. Oh God. So she basically did this on purpose. Knew she could do it. Knew she could lure him. So this is all a game to her. She's just basically proving a point that she can come in here, do this, and literally get away with it.
Or maybe she needs an excuse to be able to come into town for some reason. Like, I mean, she can come and go if she wants, but now because there is a person who is now free game as far as vampires go, maybe now she's got an excuse to break the flimsy promise she made to us to just come in and invade. We might have more than just because I mean, if she like, also, how does she know your cat?
I was just thinking that, did Henri notice the cat? Henri knows my cat.
No,
If
as far as
she-
I can tell, the cat stayed hidden once Henri came around.
If she had auspex, she would be able to notice my cat and identify it as mine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if she has that ability.
All I can say is she gave a very subtle look to the cat. The cat was in the open at that point with the others around, over by the bushes in the front of the house.
Do you let your cat out of the house? I didn't realize your cat roamed that far.
I mean,
My
it
cat
definitely has a free mind.
My cat bought himself a cell phone.
Your cat stole a cell phone from a person, didn't he? Like, I thought that your cat was like Garfield and didn't really go anywhere. I didn't realize that he was roaming around at night too, like miles away from
mean,
his home.
I don't know why you're surprised. Honestly, I don't know why you're surprised.
Well,
It's a
I thought
talking
that the
cat who has
was-
a mind of its own, who literally does whatever he wants to do.
Why is it
Yeah.
a talking cat that has a mind of its? I've asked this before, and I haven't got an answer yet. How the fuck a cat acts like a person? Going on? Not in a cartoon.
I
Didn't he
second
say
the
he wasn't
question.
actually a cat? Like he's something else?
He used to be a Tremere familiar before
What's
he came to me.
Oh wait, Scarlett talked about those. No. Okay. Right.
I don't really know how that works. Apparently, it makes them very intelligent.
I think his master got
Now he is-
killed, right?
Yes,
Extinguished? Hmm.
and now he is a ghoul.
Who was
Oh.
his master killed by?
Um,
I don't remember.
he was with Gina Neeson. I don't remember.
Oh, part of that group. That's
Yep.
right.
He was specifically killed by Colin. In that particular
that's
fight,
right.
they had that big magic clash.
Yeah,
Right.
because Colin killed him first, or he killed Colin first, and then Colin killed him back.
We'll kill you back.
Sophie doesn't know that because Sophie was staked in a basement.
With cuddles on her chest.
with
Yep.
the cat
Yep.
in the basement.
The more I learn about this cat, the less I understand about the cat.
If you could speak to the cat, you probably would still not understand. Be that as it may, it sounds to me like she was feeding the cat information to pass along to us.
Why? Just knowing the fact that she's trying to poach. I mean,
Maybe she's just
can't really
maybe
poach
she's
something
in it
that's
for the
not
game.
ours. So
Maybe she's in it for the game. Maybe
I
she's
wouldn't doubt
trying
that.
to force Damaris to pick a side.
Well, she
Maybe
didn't force that decision. My path did.
maybe
But-
Well,
she's
who's
trying to build reasons for the Sabbat to come against us.
I mean, that makes the most sense. I mean, if I'm assuming she's the one who sent us the 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 video evidence of Damaris doing Sabbat things. I mean, who else?
I wouldn't.
Who would?
He's
I mean,
trying to
it's
break
very
us up.
Yeah.
yeah. It's she wants an excuse to be able to march in and expand her territory.
So then
mean-
either she was hoping to poach Henri for the Sabbat and from us, or
Excuse me.
she's trying to get us to or force us to deal with him or to
I
get
mean,
rid of him.
I think
I
it's kind of a
Who
win-win
knows
for
at this
her.
point? She's
Yeah,
got
on her
something
end,
bigger
if
going on. There's something here that she wants, and I can't figure it out.
We need to find Henri because he had the most time with her, right? Maybe he knows something.
Yeah.
Also, like, so she was like dealing drugs in one of our neighborhoods,
That's right. I know
which is why we approached her and like
in the first
yeah, like
place.
that was the
Mhm.
agreement with this that she would stop doing that. Like, I mean, and we also didn't really leave anybody watching the house while we went on this errand for her. So who knows what she was really doing while we were gone. I don't know. Maybe yeah, I guess we gotta talk to Henri. Maybe he knows more about what her plan is because he might have an idea of what she's looking for here.
It seems
think-
like she's looking for power. I've dealt with assholes like that in a past life. Yeah, whoever has that much ambition, they're just gonna do whatever gets them more power. That means hurting an enemy, getting information that hurts an enemy, taking an enemy and turning them into a friend, or all of it. I wouldn't even be surprised if she fucking had fingers with Magadon or was talking to Max Hate directly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really hope they are not working together. The Megadon asshole Max werewolf and her. That would just. Ugh, that would not be ideal.
All these things are happening that are weakening us. And then when we're weak
Yeah.
enough, well, guess what the next step is?
Spreading us
Invasion.
apart from our allies, like the Glasswalkers.
Yep.
I mean, we're
What better way
already
to-
pretty fractured.
Yeah, hurt your enemy than to cause discord and distrust within it.
I really hope we get to chop her head off. Do not fight her at all.
Oh, you have no idea.
So it sounds like the best way that we can stick it to her is to keep Henri. Provided
he's worth keeping.
Right.
I think he needs to
Atone.
make a choice or atone. Frankly, the fact that obviously the Giovanni aren't even happy that he's going to be coming back to the city because it's causing problems for them too. So what reassurances can they have that he's not coming back here to cause more trouble? I mean, frankly, the fact that he is what he is hurting both sides. I
Could
don't
we
know.
bond him to someone? Is that
Sure, he'll totally just agree to do that.
of course?
yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that.
No.
There was a
Awesome.
ritual that Adam did perform that basically was a ritual of basically what is it, loyalty, Jerome? When he did that, Adam, what was it called?
Mhm.
Do I remember the name of the ritual?
Yeah, it's I have to look it up, but I know what you're talking about. It's the stone with the hole in the top.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true. We all
so
did that, didn't we? Was he
we
did that,
did. He was not part of that I recall. Was
wasn't
he?
he?
No,
I don't remember.
I
We
don't. I
kinda
don't believe he
skimmed
was.
That was Bear, I thought. No,
No, that
wasn't.
wasn't
He was
Bear.
already
That was
dead.
him. Yeah, that was him. Yeah, Bear
Oh.
was already dead at that point.
So
is
he's
there,
got a bond then.
are there repercussions there?
Yeah, what is the
We kind of skipped over that part due to time.
yeah, what's the like there's
exactly
got to
did
be
he
some
agree
sort of
to?
like curse or something
Mhm.
that happens to them, I think that basically if they break their bond or their word that you're getting fucked up somewhere.
Right. Yeah. But the curse is always vague because it can manifest itself in a number of different ways.
Maybe we should remind him of that.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
We required him to give some of his blood to Adam. I mean, I know
We
that,
all did.
but I mean, like, wait, what?
Didn't we?
I
Mm-mm.
don't think
We
Yeah,
all
I'm
put
pretty
our
sure
blood
we
in there, right?
all-
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, nothing like that.
I'm mixing up my rituals.
No, that was the Valdery that you had to partake a while
We don't
ago.
talk-
Yeah,
we don't talk about that.
that was about 2 years
No one
ago.
has to know.
Oh, but now we know. I'm writing it down.
Remus kicks the fourth wall down like the Kool-Aid man. He's like, "Oh yeah, I've got me some information."
I'm writing it down. I don't even know what it means.
Right.
Well, if we need further discussion, maybe we should not do it here. I feel
Yeah,
like
and let's get back to the Haven. I need to rest.
Right.
All right, so then with everybody leaving the house and exiting, we'll go ahead and stop there for the night. Getting almost 3 hours worth of game. I figured this one was going to go a little bit longer and be pretty intensive.
I fucking hate you, Jerome. I knew you were going to bring somebody in to do that shit. Fucking Apollyon of all people.
Awesome. Blast from the past.
It was gravitas.
you ruined my big day.
Oh.
Oh, your
We
wedding?
didn't get this
You
over.
already got married.
She eloped for the wedding the first go round.
That is true.
Yeah. Because she didn't want her big day spoiled. But so with that being said, kudos to Rachel. I know that was tough.
That was so hard, guys. Like, I was emotional for that.
Oh my gosh.
So emotional for that, because that has been something I have been just literally, it's been on my mind every single day since last game. So, yeah, God, I mean, I've never had a character go through basically an alignment change, essentially, for something like this. So pretty intense. You guys literally witnessed something very rare.
Yeah, usually it's just okay. Well, they're going to die, end of story. But there was mitigating circumstances, and so you guys got to witness something very, very rare.
Mhm.
So next game will then be July the 9th. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hopefully we will have Todd back for that. I believe we will. So we will get to find out just what happened in his stay in Portland. By the way, when you scry, because you would know this before you finished off the night, you actually spot Henry at the city limits walking.
Walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
He walked here.
Mm.
Well, I mean, nobody
Well,
would.
he got a ride originally, so I don't think they were gonna
Oh.
Uber him back at that point. That would surprise me that he's walking though. I'm surprised they haven't caught up with him yet.
So
if they even want to.
Wait a minute. Didn't she bring a car around to take him back? I thought I read she had a car.
I know, huh?
We don't know what happened. But she'll relay, that he's on his way back, but he's hoofing it.
Yep.
He's not being driven. I'm not sure why.
And so next game then will be on the 9th of July. We'll be doing XP then. So make sure to get your XP spins or whatnot in at that point in time. So good stuff. Maybe next game we can make it more about Baron Sophie.
Oh.
It's her big day.
Yep.
You'd even want to be called Baron. Come on, you can't.
Weird.
But no, great game, guys. A lot of stuff unfolded. I'm really proud.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. So we'll go ahead and call it there.
Nobody died.
And nobody died. Close,
Well,
but nobody
my soul
died.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next game coming up is tomorrow. It's our Supers game with Marvel Superheroes. So that will be at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Looking forward to that one as we reveal more of the family drama going on. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you guys have a good night.